Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to this new video. In today's video, we will discuss about SAFe principles, 10 SAFe principles, which are part of the Scaled Agile framework. And we will discuss at a very high level, and we will also try to understand how we can remember, those 10 SAFe principles using a simple acronym, which I'm calling as Brilliance. So let us begin. So, very first thing is what are SAFe principles? So, as we all are familiar with the Agile methodology, Agile consists of 12 guiding principles, right, which are the foundation of Agile. I mean, which is, we can say, is the foundation of any Agile implementation, the Agile methodologies, Agile processes. So, in a similar way, we have set of 10 principles which are part of SAFe, which guides the adoption, the implementation, and the application of SAFe framework in any organization. So those 10 principles are the guiding base for the SAFe implementations. So let us understand what are those 10 SAFe principles. So this is the list. I mean, like I said, we will discuss in a very brief, at a very high level, because each of these principles may require a separate video, which I will try to provide sometime later in the future. But I mean, these are the set of 10 principles. The very first one is take take an economic view. So that simply means, we understands the economics, and economics is not just part of the management. I mean, they are, making all the decision based on the cost, based on the economics, based on the finances. I mean, SAFe recommends that, from the management to the bottom level, like at the team level, I mean, economics is our basis for any decision making. I mean, if you're opting for a solution, if you're opting for a technology, if you're opting for, what feature we should go for, I mean, let's understand the economics, the economic benefits of that particular thing, and let that be the basis of our decision making. Second one is apply systems thinking. So that simply means understanding, taking solution as a system, optimizing the whole, not just part. And, instead of, thinking in a linear way, going for a systems thinking approach. Third one is assume variability and preserve options. So that simply means understand that, things are going to change. We may have our requirements change in the future, and that's the basis of the agile uh, methodologies, agile principles, that things may vary in the context of any changes in the market, in the business scenario. There could be any requirement changes. So let's try to keep our design options open. So if we try to freeze the design first, and then later on, if any change is coming, that change or rework in the design will be very it will be very costly. So that's the whole purpose, that we keep our design options open. We go for the set based design, so considering that our variability is part of our life. Fourth one is build incrementally. So that simply means, developing or doing the developments in the short iterations, short, sprints, or increments. And we use those increments as part of, our learning cycles, as part of our feedback loops. Fifth one is base milestones on objective evaluation of working system. So that simply means, like, in a waterfall model or in a traditional approach, we used to have date-based milestones, that we need to have a requirement sign off by this date. We need to have a design sign off. We need to have a, test SIT sign off or the UAT sign off. So those are based on the certain dates that we need to get the sign off or approval from the management or for the business or from the customer. But what SAFe for the Agile recommends is that, we base our milestones on the working systems. So what is it, which the team has developed so far? Is it something, can it be released, or can it be demonstrated to the customer, to the end stakeholders for their objective evaluation? Right. So that's the whole purpose, that we define our milestones on the real actual systems which have been which the team have been developing. Sixth one is visualize and limit work in progress. Okay, so in the Kanban, we try to understand the workflow, what are the different states of that workflow. So rather than, focusing on one particular state, like, in development or in something, I mean, we try to optimize the complete flow. We try to optimize the whole, not just part of it. So, I mean, that's what the SAFe recommend, that we reduce the batch sizes rather than going for the large batches. We try to, use the small batches for our work purpose, for our feedback purpose, and manage our work in progress limits. Next principle is apply cadence and synchronize with cross-domain planning. So if we have a set of teams working for the same program, same product line, I mean, they need to, follow the same cadence. So that means, I mean, if there is a team which is following a iteration cycle that needs to be consistent with the other teams, all teams needs to start at the same time, their sprint, and they need to end at the same time. Also, they need to integrate at their work, at a predisclosed uh, timelines, right? Next one is unlocking the intrinsic motivation of knowledge workers. So that simply means, making motivated teams, giving them the right environment of trust, openness, and transparency, so that they feel respected in their work, and they are listened, and they feel like they are part of the organization, the part of the program. They are taking initiatives. They are self-managed, and they are high performing. Second last one is decentralized decision making. So, I mean, there could be certain decisions which obviously management has to take, which are a strategic one. But I mean, there are some decisions which a team can take in the interest of the customers, in the best interest of the application. If there is a issue which customer is facing, and the team is aware of how it needs to be fixed, then they need not to wait for the management to provide their approval, right? They can go for it. So that's the whole purpose of decentralized decision making in the interest of the time, in the interest of the cost, and then giving the team the right empowerment, so that they feel, yes, I mean, they are very much part of the centricity, right? And the last one is organizing around value. So that simply means, right, focusing on the customer value, how we can continuously provide value to our users, to our stakeholders, to our customers, and moving our focus from a project based approach to a product based approach. I mean, continuously delivering the value. So continuous value delivery through continuous improvement is the core of the agile, and that has been reflected in the safe principles as well, right? And this also means, like, safe recommends like going for the development value streams, and organizing our organization's hierarchy in terms of identified value streams. Now, we can, the 10 safe principles which we have understood, we can remember them using a simple acronym which I have came up with, and I'm calling it as a brilliance, where each letter denotes a principle of safe. So B stands for base economics as key. R is for relate and apply systems thinking. I is for any instability, any changeability or variability assumptions, and preserving our options. That simply means, keeping our design options open, going for a set-based design, not closing or finalizing design at a very early stage, so that, we keep our design flexible. L stands for learning cycles through integrated or incremental builds. L is for landmark or milestones, which are based on the actual evaluation of the working system. So whatever has been developed in iteration, in small chunks, in small batches, that's been evaluated as part of the milestones. I is for inspect, check, or limit work in progress limits, right? And manage queue length. And A is for applying cadence and synchronize with cross-domain planning. That means, all the teams working for the same objective, part of the same train, part of the same program or the portfolio, they start and end their iteration at the same time. They have the same integration touch points. And N is for natural or inherent or intrinsic motivation of teams. So that means, highly motivated teams, the self-organized team, the self-managed teams, developing them in that fashion, giving them the right environment, openness, and the trust, the empowerment, so that they feel the urge for working. C is for the choices or decisions which are based on the decentralized process. So not every and each and every decision is taken by the management. So that simply means, we understand like what sort of decision can be given to the team for so that they feel empowered and they can take those decisions in the best interest of customers. And the last one, E letter, is for establish around value. Okay, so that means, going for the continuous value delivery approach, going for the value streams, and moving from projects to product space culture. So that's pretty much in today's video. And thanks everyone for watching this video. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and please refer this channel to other agile enthusiasts. And I will keep uploading, new videos. Thank you.